Hi everybody, foXnoMad here, and today I want to help you travel smarter. So you may be shopping for a new drone, and if you are, you've probably heard of DJI. What you may not have heard of though is DJI's trade-up program, where you can essentially take your old drone and send it back to DJI and use it for store credit toward a new drone. And it sounds like a reasonable deal, especially since DJI will accept electronics from different manufacturers. So they'll take Samsung phones and Apple iPads and so on. You get the idea. And now that you've heard of the trade-up program, or if you've been looking at the trade-up program, it seems like a good deal. You send in your old electronics, your old drone, and then DJI will just give you store credit toward a new one. It sounds a lot like Apple's trade-in program, which is very fast and convenient and has good rates, but there may be a reason why DJI isn't quite advertising their trade-up program. So here's how the DJI trade-up program works and why you may or may not want to avoid using it. So to use the trade-up program, you'll need a free DJI account. You visit this webpage where you enter the type of device. Like I mentioned, you can select a variety of mobile phones, tablets, DJI drones, of course, and GoPros. And in this case, I wanted to send back my DJI Mavic 1 to see what I could get toward a new drone. Now on this webpage, using this tool, you can get an instant estimate for your drone or other electronic. For DJI products, it's going to ask you for the serial number, and in my case, I had the drone, the controller, the battery, the charger, the propellers, and similar accessories. And if you have all your different accessories, you're going to get a little bit of a better estimate back. And in my case, that was $275.60. Not bad for a 4-year-old drone that I originally bought for $1,000. So I'm basically recouping potentially 28% on my drone and getting that DJI store credit toward a new drone. In theory, because in my case, it didn't work out like that at all. So the next step, once you've got your estimate, is to remove the memory cards, make sure there's no password or other software locks enabled on any of your devices, then print out this prepaid shipping label they generate for you. You'll have to pack your drone and other electronic devices yourself. They don't send you a prepaid box for shipping. You've got 10 days to send your drone back to DJI, and after about a week, you'll receive a confirmation email from them saying that they've received your drone. At this point, DJI inspects your drone and then does an evaluation and then lets you know whether or not after this inspection, they're going to give you the original estimate or if they've revised the estimate based on things that they've found after the inspection. And well, in my case, I did get a message back which said DJI had reevaluated my drone to $41. Yes, $41, down from $275 to $41, which is pretty disappointing, just not only to get basically nothing back for a drone that you want to trade in, considering especially that the shipping was $36. So essentially they're giving me just a couple of dollars for my drone because it was faulty or damaged, which it wasn't. It was in excellent condition. My drone worked fine. I just wanted to upgrade to a newer one. So it was disappointing again, to say the least. Now you have the option to accept or decline the offer. I obviously declined the offer, and then they send you your drone back. That takes about 10 days. So for those of you keeping track, it's now been a little over 2 weeks since this entire process has started, basically to get the evaluation for my drone, then send DJI my drone, have them inspect it, and then reject the offer, and then have DJI send my drone back to me. Quirky thing to note, they just sent it back in a used Amazon box, so it wasn't even in a DJI box. They didn't even send the box that I used to send it to them. It just came back in just some used box they had laying around. So at this point, I, and probably you, if you were in this situation, would probably be wondering whether or not I could get more money to try to sell this drone on eBay, for example. And that's exactly what I did. I put my drone, after I got it back from DJI, on eBay. And the starting suggested price on eBay was $353, and I was a little bit skeptical because that's $100 more than DJI's original estimate, and I wasn't sure if my drone would sell. I didn't know what the market was like for the Mavic Pro 1, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to put my drone up on eBay and see what kind of offers I might get for it. Now my drone was up on eBay, and I waited. And after about a week, I got a final closing offer for $448, which is $200 more than DJI offered me originally in that original estimate, and $400 more than the actual price they were going to give me back for my drone Not to mention that by selling on eBay, I didn't just get DJI store credit, I got cash that I could use for any online store or for basically anything. So the DJI trade-up program for most of you isn't going to be a good option. Comparing it to Apple's trade-in program, which I reviewed earlier in the year, I'll link to that in the description. DJI doesn't have minimum rates for devices at varying conditions. They don't send you a prepaid shipping box, and it's generally a slower process. I mean, we're talking weeks. So given that, you can still go to that web page and get an estimate for what DJI will give you through their trade-up program, with the major caveat that they probably will revise that price later on. Still though, I would highly recommend that you try to sell your old drone or other electronic device on a site like eBay or some other way to sell it directly to people and see what kind of rates you'll get that way. The trade-up program isn't exactly convenient, especially if you have to buy a box and other packing material. There's a little bit of added cost there, and the starting rates are a lot lower than what you would get on a site like eBay. DJI's trade-up program isn't fast or convenient enough to justify those lower initial rates, especially when you consider you might not get that rate at all. Thanks for watching. Oh, and if you've gotten this far in the video, just a quick note, if you are shopping for a drone, I may have heard from a very reliable little bird that you might want to wait, especially if you travel very frequently. There might be some exciting things coming up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you don't want to miss any of that drone news. Thanks again for watching. Hit like if you want to say hi back, and I'll see you in the next video.